This is the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week pregame show, sponsored by Valorec.
Go get it done, baby. Come on. Blasts his way for a first down. Lets it rip, and it's caught inside. Blasts his way. Open field. Breaks another tackle. He's to the 35, the 30.
Well, you love the gutsy play call right there.
Another one for the highlight reel. Downfield, it's caught.
With 2 weeks already in the books, it is on to week number 3. Tonight, we shine the spotlight on one of the most intense rivalries in the Valley as Poland battles Canfield in the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week. I'm Chad Krispinski alongside Ryan Allison, and the Battle of 224 is always special.
Absolutely. And for the second straight year, this matchup once again pits the Pawlanski brothers against one another. Mike, of course, is the head coach at Canfield, and Tom is over at Poland. But both of them made it clear to us this week, this game is about the players.
Yes, it is. Let's take a look at tonight's matchup notes. This is the 77th meeting all-time between the two longtime Valley rivals.
Poland has the edge in the all-time series with 40 wins, 33 losses, and 3 ties. But Canfield has owned it recently. The Cards have won 5 straight in the Battle of 224.
And that includes a year ago when the series came back following a 2-year hiatus. Let's take you back 1 year ago, a packed house at Dave Pawlanski Field in Poland in the season opener between these two programs.
Yeah, Cardinals quarterback Brock Lowry ran for 2 scores, threw for another in that 24-12 victory. Lowry piled up 92 yards on the ground and 169 in the air.
Last week, Poland rebounded from a loss to Cheney in week 1 with a 21-10 win over Louisville. Dominic Pagano led the Bulldogs on the ground with 103 yards and 2 scores. He also threw a touchdown pass to Cole Fulton in the victory. With that win, Poland enters week 3 with a record of 1-1 on the season.
Yeah, the Bulldogs enter a hostile environment in Canfield, but they've been really good on the road. In fact, they've won 7 of their last 8 regular season road contests. But their last win over Canfield in the series came all the way back in 2014.
One of the X factors for Poland this season, Cole Fulton. He's the Bulldogs' Mr. Everything.
Yeah, strong contender for the WKBN Big 22. In fact, both of his older brothers were a part of it. Fulton is a power runner with plenty of burst, and he does it all, playing offense, defense, special teams, and he excels in all of those areas. Poland head coach Tom Pawlanski calls Fulton a complete player and very coachable.
Fulton says his best attributes are his speed and strength. He prides himself on being versatile at both running back and wide receiver. He models his game after his 2 older brothers, Luke, who plays in the college ranks at Kentucky, and Jack, who was Poland's starting quarterback a year ago.
They have a very athletic family, and he himself, he's huge. He's real fast. He runs good routes too, so he's definitely going to be a player we look at on the game, and a guy that we focus on.
He's tremendous. He's their best athlete. He's the guy they want to get the ball to, whether it be running or throwing. He's tremendous defensively. He's tremendous in his special team game. He's the guy that we've got to mark and know where he's at on the field, offensively, defensively, and in special teams if we want to have a shot to win.
And when we come back, we'll turn our attention to Canfield. The Cardinals are led by one of the top quarterbacks in the entire area. You're watching the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week.
You're watching the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week pregame show.
And welcome back as the countdown to kickoff continues. Let's now turn our attention to Canfield, a team that has been red hot to start the season.
Yeah, they look great. They won twice on the road to start the season. Tonight, they get a chance to play on their home field for the first time this fall.
Canfield made the long trip to Bellevue 1 week ago, coming away with a 28-12 win. Brock Lowry threw 2 touchdown passes and ran for another in that victory. Let's take a closer look at the Cards. They enter this week's action unbeaten at 2-0.
Yeah, the Cardinals have now won 10 straight regular season games dating back to last year, and they've been great on their home turf, having won 14 of their last 15 regular season home contests.
Leading the way for Canfield, senior standout quarterback Brock Lowry. Coach Pavlansky says that Lowry is one of the very best athletes to ever come out of Canfield High School.
Well, he's a big-time player and headed to the Big Ten, having already committed to the University of Indiana. Lowry was a member of our WKBN Big 22 last year, and he's well on his way again this fall. So far this season, he's piled up 313 yards passing, 324 rushing, with 8 total touchdowns.
Coach Pavlansky says Lowry is like another coach on the field. Brock says his best physical attribute, the toughness he brings to the field every time out, both mentally and physically. He's a dual threat, and he says he wants opposing defenders to feel it when he runs the ball.
You know, nothing phases him. You know, nothing phases him at all. I mean, you can just tell on the film and that, and watch him in person for the last 2.5 years. I mean, he's a leader. The kids respond to him. He makes everybody else better. And you know, he's a competitor. He's as good as anybody we've seen in a long time.
Really good runner, really good. Throw the ball too, and he's humble out there. He's not too cocky. He just goes out and does what he can do.
Let's check out our keys to the game. Poland looking to take care of the ball. The team that wins the turnover margin in a rivalry game like this one typically comes out on top.
Meanwhile, Canfield wants to run the ball. Coach Pavlansky says a team that runs for more yards in this game usually wins. And finally, both sides are looking to be special on special teams. Rivalry games could come down to the wire, and a clutch field goal might be the difference tonight.
We're expecting a good one. The spotlight shining brightly on high school football's biggest stage. We're just about ready for kickoff. Poland and Canfield face off next, and the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week.